the place that gave Margaret River its name, a river that meets one of the best surf breaks in the world. It's also the place to start our journey in search of weird and wonderful bush food.
Hey, Nick, come on, let's
I'm
go
coming!
down the river.
All right.
Here's your jacket.
Woo!
Go. It might be Margaret River just famous for its wine and surf, but actually the river itself is about as beautiful as you can find a river anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Canoeing this tranquil waterway with guide Helen Lee is conducted at a relaxed pace, giving us plenty of time to enjoy the sights.
So half the year this is all underwater and we can canoe through, and the other half of the year it's like an island where we can visit.
Because it regularly floods, the only thing growing on Booglaunga Island are ancient paperbarks. Oh, and I've got to say, they're a little spooky.
The Aboriginal people found when they opened them up, they were quite hollow. So they felt that there was a reason for the hollowness, and they thought that if you really spent some time with the trees and you had bad feelings, that you could leave the bad feelings here, and that's why the whole place was quite eerie.
Wow.
But then when the river rises, which it does in 2 months, the water will cover the trees and all the bad feelings will disappear, and you'll be able to come back and it'll be new next time.
All right, so just give me a moment here. I'll just... hang on.
Om Janiki.
OK, I'm good now. Thanks. How good does this look, guys?
Helen's canoe and Bushtucker tour includes a gourmet lunch with locally sourced ingredients.
This is a flower in Australia called Hibiscus heterophylla. Tastes like a raspberry.
Drippy.
It's very drippy.
And if you're into spicy food,
This one's called Bal Yung Gar. Hot in, hot out.
OK, so no need to try it.
No, give it a whirl. It leads to a bit of noise tomorrow.
Good on you.
These are quandong, so the
I like
outside...
that. That's not as hot as pepper.
Keep going. Keep chewing. It creeps up on you. This one looks like a sort of peach. Yeah, I did mention it, sorry. You might need your quandong then.
All right, give me a quandong.
OK, that was hot, but this is just plain grubby.
They are really tasty. They're our local witchetty grubs, and we call them actually bardy. Is he looking at you? Oh, that's his bum. Sorry, Nick, that was his bottom.
Am I supposed to eat his bum?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I can cross that one off my wish list now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right. The grub-eating woman.
Continuing upriver, we pass the home of pioneer Alfred Bussell, one of the first white settlers to build a home in the area.
They got here in 1828, and for almost 20 years they lived amongst the caves and the forests. Finally, in 1860, they started building this grand house on the river.
Lots of caves dot the cliffs, and Helen shows us where the Bussells sheltered all those years ago.
Wow, that was so cool! Yeah, awesome!
It's been a memorable day in one of the most picturesque settings you could imagine. We all get a spurt of energy as we head for home.
High five, Dane!
This is the start of my Bushtucker River and Winery tour. Our first stop is Le Mans, but you can design your very own tour to your desires or allow the expert team to take you on a journey that truly represents the taste of the Margaret River wine region. Oh, that looks delicious. Thanks. Bushtucker. Le Mans is a multi-regional winery producing a wide variety of flavours to suit every palate. We're starting with the bubbles of the Cabernet Sauvignon Champenois.
What I want you to do, folks, when you get this wine in your glass, is not drink this wine. As hard as that might be, keep the wine in your glass because I'm about to give you Brian's 2-week wine course in 2 minutes.
And that's it in a nutshell. What Brian doesn't know about wine ain't worth knowing.
So, as I said, I could bring you into the vines and show where we are at the moment. And I've just picked one of the bunches, folks, here with tiny little flowers on them there. And you can see where the flowers are just coming out from there. And from flower, as you know, you get fruit. I've just picked a bottle of Shiraz.
Driftwood Estate offers the chance to head to the cellar for a sneak peek at what's heading to market. Wow, that is super sweet. Upstairs, we learn that what often seems to be a complex task of choosing the best wine is in fact quite easy.
I mean, there's no real sort of hard and fast rules in regards to wines these days. It depends on what you feel like.
Lunch is the highlight of the tour, an enticing spread of sensational wild foods. And we're better than lakeside at Notting Hill Estate in the heart of the Margaret River wine region.
Some beautiful bush foods today.
Yum! So Helen, what have we got here on the table?
Well, Bushtucker Tours started by collecting all of our food around the Margaret River region, and over the years we've managed to collect 20 different exotic and interesting, uniquely Australian foods.
A little daunting at first checking out the unique Australian treats, but in the hands of expert Bushtucker woman Helen Lee, even the grubs seem tempting. Well, interesting.
What we do with this is, just in case you're a little bit of a chicken, we cook it up and we make it into a sauce.
I'm going to try it now.
Yeah?
Oh, really?
Get into it.
Do I really have to eat
Yeah, you really do, because I saved you the best bit. I've cooked it, it's marinated especially.
It has to eat, doesn't it, everyone?
Yeah, go, Angela. Go, girl.
My vote for lunch, 10 out of 10. My vote for the grub, 0, which probably isn't a surprise, but believe me, everything else totally sensational, which also describes our next stop at the Grove Vineyard.
Okay, we're going to start with a strawberry liqueur.
The range of delights on offer are a huge crowd pleaser, with tantalising titles of lemon cheesecake, chocolat, Alicia Colada, and the somewhat intriguing Blue Frog. Hopping back on the bus, our journey takes us to chocolate heaven at the Margaret River Chocolate Factory. Ooh. Oh. The chocolate stop is a lovely spot to indulge, but of course, where there's wine, there's cheese. And the Bushtucker Tour has this covered at the Margaret River Cheese Company. Followed by a tasting tray of a different kind. Saddle up for a taste of the brews at the Bootleg Brewery, touted as an oasis of beer in a desert of wine. This tour not only runs in the Margaret River region, you can also enjoy the spoils of the Ferguson Valley, departing from Bunbury, or for the more adventurous, grab a paddle for the cave and canoe tour, all with the Bushtucker flavour.